It was first built between 1671 and 1679 by Stanisław Heraclius Lubomirski to designs by the Dutch architect Tilman van Gameren. This complex included a garden. The town had passed to the Sieniawski family by 1706, when the palace and its surroundings were destroyed by Swedish troops during the Great Northern War. Reconstruction began under Elżbieta Sieniawska in 1722. Soon afterwards, Maria Zofia Czartoryska married August Alexander Czartoryski, and between 1731 and 1736, they built a new Rococo palace on the site to designs by Jan Zygmunt Dejbel. At the turn of the 18th and 19th centuries, Puławy was the center of political, cultural, and literary life. It happened thanks to Adam Kazimierz Czartoryski and his wife Isabella from Fleming, who brought the most outstanding artists, Jan Piotr Norblin, writers, Julian Ursin Nimcewicz, and architects, Christian Piotr Eigner, to the Puławski court. It was here, in the Temple of Sibyl of 1801 and the Gothic House of 1809, that the Duchess created the first museum in Poland. It has become the nucleus of a great collection cultivated to this day. At the end of the November uprising, the Czartoryski property was confiscated, and the Czartoryski family emigrated to Paris. In Puławy, the Alexandria Institute for the Education of Maidens was established, and subsequently the Polytechnic and Agricultural Forestry Institute and the Institute of Rural Land and Forests. Currently, the owner of the palace and park complex is the Institute of Soil Science.
Are these people specially gifted to create these kind of objects, or are they simply volunteers?
Współpracujemy ze szkołą, która jest nam bliska.
We cooperate with a school that we are really close with because of the poet Julian Ursin Nimcewicz. The school's patron is the National Education Commission.
Z tej szkoły zdecydowały, że wezmą udział w tym naszym programie.
The children from this school decided that they would like to take part in our program. They do the work in groups or alone. All children are talented, but some of them were a bit scared when they saw our beautiful exhibits.
Gdy zobaczyły nasze piękne muzealia, mamy też dla nich propozycje. Wykonają.
But we also have an offer for them. They will make beautiful flowers from the blotting paper, which will be placed on a balcony where Princess Isabella will perform.
I które będą zdobiły balkon, na którym będzie występowała księżna Izabela.
Can we say something about the princess herself? What was she like and what did her life look like?
Księżna Izabela Czartoryska to wyjątkowa postać. To wielka...
Princess Isabella Czartoryska is a unique character. She's a great Pole, a great patriot. She said the words, "My homeland, I couldn't defend you, so let me at least make you immortal." And in my opinion, she did her best. She left us a huge legacy in the form of monuments, books.
W postaci zabytków, w postaci książek.
She was also a writer, a lover and garden designer. She designed the Puławy garden. She's a philanthropist, also a founder of a school for children.
Ogrodów. To pisarka, chociażby autorka książki Myśli różne o sposobie zakładania ogrodów.
She's an author of a book called The Various Ways to Make a Garden. She also wrote many books for children. She's also an actress. She took part in many theatrical performances.
Przecież w pałacu były teatry i wewnątrz, i na zewnątrz.
Theaters were located here, in the inside and outside area of the palace. First and foremost, she's a lover of beauty and a very good mother. She showed her children how to love their homeland. She taught them how to work.
Uczyła ich pracy. Jeszcze zanim zamieszkała z mężem i z dziećmi w Puławach,
way before she moved with her husband and children to Puławy, she designed houses for children. Each of them made their own gardens. I think that Princess Czartoryski's adult lives showed their input in saving their homeland. They continued their great work. Adam Jerzy Czartoryski and her grandson Władysław Czartoryski continued the work she started, so collecting art and establishing the Czartoryski Museum in Krakow. After the November uprising, Princess Izabela was forced to leave the city of Puławy. There is a painting that shows sad 80-year-old Princess Izabela surrounded by children and a woman moments before leaving Puławy. It's a very moving illustration. Thanks to this, we see her as a living woman, not a non-imagined princess, but a figure who makes Puławy a beautiful town.
Prowadziła wielką działalność i charytatywną i wiemy, że przebywało tutaj bardzo wielu.
We see her as a woman who ran a great charity. And we know that there were here many artists and politicians who said, "Don't worry, we have Puławy," when they heard the words, "The Republic of Poland dies." So this town was an artistic and political center which developed very energetically. This is where the patriotism and the spirit of the homeland was coming from.
I gorący patriotyzm ojczyzny.
What was exactly happening in the palace when Izabela Czartoryska has left it?
Gdy księżna znajdowała się w pałacu, pałac był ostrzeliwany.
At the time when the princess was in the palace, it was being shelled by the Russians.
Adama Wirtemberskiego.
And among others, her grandson Adam Wirtemberski. It was because her daughter, Maria Wirtemberska, has fallen for her husband quite unfavorably.
Berski zabrał jej syna jeszcze we wczesnym dzieciństwie.
Ludwig, her husband, took their son when he was a small child and raised him to hate his grandma, the Duchess Izabela, and his family overall. The princess left Puławy and headed to Wysocko with Maria and spent her last days there.
Wysocka z Marią Wirtemberską i tam umiera.
I know that many of the palace's exhibits have been confiscated. Did you manage to get most of them back?
Tak, większość eksponatów była zabezpieczona.
The Duchess left Puławy and headed to Wysocko with Maria and spent her last days there. Well, most of the pieces were secured. Above all, the ones hidden in the monastery in Kazimierz or the town Sieniawa. Most of them are displayed in our museum, and the most beautiful exhibition is currently in the National Museum of Krakow.
Wspomniała Pani o Sieniawie.
You mentioned the town Sieniawa. What stands behind this name?
Nazwa tej miejscowości.
Pałac w Sieniawie to również majątek należący do Czartoryskich.
The palace in Sieniawa is a property of the Czartoryski family.
Wiele lat księżna mieszkała, tam też przyjeżdżał Tadeusz Kościuszko.
This is where the princess lived for many years. Also where Tadeusz Kościuszko used to visit. But to us, Sieniawa is a special place because that's where the Princess Izabela was laid to rest. On top of her coffin, there's always a flower bouquet.
Izabeli zawsze umieszczony jest bukiecik kwiatów.